Hello my dear learners, today I am going to start lecture 3 on the subject EMFT and antenna. As I have already discussed the dot product of the two vectors and I have given the complete analysis, the complete mathematical notations for the dot product. Today I am going to discuss about the cross product of the two vectors. The two vectors A and B, which are represented in the form of either in two dimensions x and y plane or the three dimensions x, y and z form. The simplest phenomena of the cross product of the two vectors A and B is given as this: A cross B is equal to n unit vector into AB sin theta. What is this n unit vector? Actually, this n unit vector is having the magnitude of unit 1 and the direction of the AB sin theta vector. First of all, the unit vector n represents that the cross product of the two vectors A and B is always a vector quantity, because this n cannot be removed from the multiplication of A cross B, because it denotes the direction of AB sin theta. Okay. So, the A is the magnitude of the vector A, B is the magnitude of the vector B and sin theta is the sine term of the angle between A and B. I think this is very much understandable for you, the term n AB sin theta AB. Okay. So, we analyze this phenomena. What is the cross product? A cross B means A is given in terms of x, y and z, and this is given as x Ax plus y By plus z Az. In the same way, the vector B is described as x Bx, y By and z Bz. When these two vectors are multiplied together, then the multiplication of x to x, x to y, y to y, y to z, x to z, it happens. And when these 6 terms come along together after the multiplication of A and B vectors, then we have to see that what is the result of x cross x, y cross y, z cross z, and this comes as when the vector x is multiplied with it by itself, then the angle between these two is equal to 0. It means when x cross x means x cross x means the sin theta terms comes as 0. It means all the terms which are describing the multiplication of a unit vector by itself, all these terms comes as 0. Only the terms which are having the multiplication of a unit vector with its orthogonal unit vector like x cross y, it is equal to z, y cross z, it comes as x, and z cross x, it comes as y. To understand the phenomena of the directions of these cross product multiplication is the right hand rule. What it says? This is my right hand and I can show the direction of the multiplication of the simple. If we denote my right hand like this, then the x axis means this horizontal line, this is y, and this one, the direction of this thumb describe the direction of the cross product of the vector a and b. In the same way, if the direction of vector a is this one horizontal, the direction of y is this one inverts to me, and then the cross product of this a cross b is equal to like this thumb direction. This is the right hand rule which is used to define the direction of the cross product of the two vectors a and b. If we discuss the multiplication phenomena, this multiplication phenomena is very simple in the cross product, because it is simply denoted by a and b in 3 dimensions x, y and z. You can easily understand this phenomena a cross b, and this is the complete mathematical notation of the cross product of the two vectors a and b. The next slide denotes the other factors behind the cross product. What it says? When we say that a cross b is equal to x ay bz minus az by plus y az bx minus ax bz plus z ax by minus ay bx. To understand this complete mathematical notation, it is much easier to show it in the matrix form, and the matrix form shows that a cross b can be given in the matrix form as this is x, this is y and this is z, and this is ax, ay, az and bx, by and bz. And when we open this matrix in the form of its expanded version, then what we can see that in the direction of unit vector x, this is ay bz minus az by. Okay? In the same way, when we take then this one and this one, when we take the term of the y component, in the same way this is your ax bz minus az bx, and when we take the third component z, then this comes as ax by minus ay bx. So, this is the general phenomena of the cross product to express the mathematical notation very easily, and in most of the applications of the EMFT, this cross product mathematical notation is very frequently used. Okay. So, next is showing you can also understand this complete analysis of the cross product as I have described in my last lecture for the dot product. Actually, what we are doing in our lectures, हर स्टूडेंट को, हर लर्नर को बेसिक चीज समझ में आनी चाहिए. हम क्यों कर रहे हैं, कैसे कर रहे हैं, इसका बैकग्राउंड क्या है और इसके पीछे की मैथमेटिक्स क्या है. अगर हम इसको अभी इजीली समझकर नहीं चलेंगे तो आगे प्रॉब्लम होगी. दिस सब्जेक्ट बिकम्स वेरी मच कॉम्प्लिकेटेड फॉर यू, स्पेशली जो लोग थोड़ा बहुत मैथमेटिक्स से डरते हैं. मैथमेटिक्स इज अ वेरी इजी सब्जेक्ट अगर हम उसके फाउंडेशन और बेस को समझ कर चलते हैं. तो मैं भी चाहता हूं कि ये सब्जेक्ट आगे जाकर आप सभी लोगों के लिए बहुत इजी हो, और वो इजी तभी होगा जब हम यहाँ पर इसके जो फाउंडेशन है, जो इसके बेसिक्स हैं, उनको प्रॉपरली समझ कर चलेंगे. और इसीलिए मैं एक एक जो मैथमेटिकल नोटेशन है उसको प्रॉपरली डिस्क्राइब कर रहा हूँ, ताकि आगे जाकर के हम अगर कोई भी मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन या एनालिसिस करें और उसमें हम इन टर्मिनोलॉजी का यूज करें तो it should be very much understandable for you. Okay, so this is the same thing which I described in the previous slide, and the complete analysis, the complete derivation is given here. Okay, now come to the next topic, which is the triple products. Triple products, they may be of two types, where we can define the triple product in the scalar and vector form. When the scalar triple product is defined, this scalar triple product is given in terms of dot product of a vector A with the cross product of the two vectors B and C. मैंने जो कहा, you can understand. I said that the scalar triple product defines the dot product of a vector A with the cross product of the two vectors B and C, and this is the commutative property, means B dot C cross A is equal to C dot A cross B, and this is defined in terms of AX AY AZ, BX BY BZ, CX CY CZ. Very simple phenomena, and in the same way it can be described in the form of like that: AX BY CZ minus BZ CY, and in the same way the complete expansion of the matrix you can see here. The second thing is the vector triple product. Vector triple product, what it says? The expansion of vector triple product says that the cross product of a vector A with the cross product of two vectors B and C, and this triple vector product is given in the form of like this. इसको समझना भी जरूरी है और इसको याद रखना भी जरूरी है. वो कैसे? आप ये देखो कि A क्रॉस B क्रॉस C क्या कहता है? It says that B into A dot C minus C A dot B. When you see that this scalar triple product is always a scalar quantity. वो स्केलर क्वांटिटी कैसे है? वो स्केलर क्वांटिटी इसलिए है क्योंकि इट इज द डॉट प्रोडक्ट, और डॉट प्रोडक्ट का जो रिजल्ट होता है वो हमेशा स्केलर होता है. यहां पर क्या है? यहां पर ये क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट है, और क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट का जो रिजल्ट होता है वो हमेशा एक वेक्टर क्वांटिटी होता है. तो इट मींस यहां पर जो तुम्हें दिख रहा है वो क्या है कि A डॉट C का जो रिजल्ट होगा वो तो स्केलर होगा, बट व्हेन इट इज मल्टीप्लाइड बाय अ वेक्टर b, देन द कंप्लीट result will be in the form of vector only. In the same way, this is vector quantity, this is vector quantity, and the subtraction of these two vector quantity is resultant of the in terms of vector quantity. So, it is a very basic thing that the multiplication or the product, scalar triple product is always a scalar quantity, but the result of the vector triple product is always a vector quantity. Okay. Now, I am going to summarize this whole phenomena like this, because all the operations, all the mathematical operations for the vectors whichever have been discussed in my last two lectures and in the present lecture, this mathematical analysis and notations are described in the form of this slide in this summary, and this summary says what is the mathematical notation of a vector A, which is A is equal to x a x plus y a y plus z a z. It is defined in the Cartesian form in the x, y and z axis. When we define the magnitude of this vector A, it is given as mod A is equal to under root a x square plus a y square plus a z square. And when we define the direction of this vector A in terms of unit vector A, it is given as vector A upon mod A, which is equal to x a x plus y a y plus z a z upon under root a x square plus a y square plus a z square. Okay. The three operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, scalar triple product, vector triple product I have discussed very easily, and I think that you can understand the basic mathematical operations of the vectors in a very easy manner. So, now I am going to start the introduction of the coordinate systems. Coordinate systems are also a very inherent part of this subject EMFT and antenna. Without a good understanding of this coordinate systems, you cannot visualize the locations, the positions, the orientation of any object in the free space. अब मैं ये free space की बात जब कर रहा हूँ तो you can think कि जब मैंने पहला अपना लेक्चर दिया था तब मैंने तुम्हें इस EMFT और एंटीना की इंपॉर्टेंस बताई थी. In the living world, we can see the different natural phenomena which are occurring around us. मैंने एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल लिया था मोबाइल फ़ोन, जो कि सबकी एक बहुत ही बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट है. इस मोबाइल फ़ोन की एक ह्यूमन बीइंग से कनेक्टिविटी के पीछे क्या है? What is the complete technology behind the connectivity between a human being and a mobile? Just electromagnetic waves. These are the waves which are connecting the complete world to us with the small device. मैं अभी इसको बहुत एलेबोरेट नहीं करूंगा क्योंकि मेरे लेक्चर्स के साथ शायद तुम लोग इस बात को समझ पाओ कि EMFT एंड एंटीना एक ऐसी अदृश्य इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स, इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक रेडिएशंस की फॉर्म में एक ऐसी अदृश्य ताकत है, एक ऐसा नेचुरल फोर्स है जिस नेचुरल फोर्स की वजह से टेक्नोलॉजी और ख़ास तौर पर द वर्ल्ड ऑफ टेलीकम्युनिकेशन इस लेवल तक एक्सपांड कर रहा है या इस लेवल तक ग्रो कर रहा है. तो सिंपल इस कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम को समझना हमारे लिए इसलिए जरूरी है ताकि हम स्पेस के किसी भी पॉइंट के लिए उसकी पोजीशन, उसकी लोकेशन, उसकी ओरिएंटेशन को समझ पाएं. So, what is the basic thing behind this coordinate system? We are very much familiar with the general Cartesian basis in which basis vectors are mutually orthogonal and of unit length. हम जानते हैं, हम सिंपल जब भी कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम की स्टार्टिंग करते हैं तो सबसे पहले यही जानते हैं कि किसी भी पॉइंट को डिफाइन करने के लिए हम एक्स एक्सिस और वाई एक्सिस की बात करते हैं और उस एक्स एक्सिस और वाई एक्सिस के 4 क्वाड्रेंट्स होते हैं और उन 4 क्वाड्रेंट्स में एक्स और वाई की डिफरेंट लोकेशंस होती हैं, डिफरेंट पोजीशंस होती हैं और उनको डिफाइन करने के लिए हम एक्स वाई क्वाड्रेंट्स यूज करते हैं। अब क्या है ये एक जो सिंपल सी चीज है जिसको हम बहुत ही इजीली यूज करते आ रहे हैं, अब हम इसका एग्जैक्ट वर्जन पढ़ेंगे। सो नाउ वी नीड टू डिफाइन द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन दीज 2 वेक्टर्स फॉर अ 2 डायमेंशनल कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम। हम अभी सिंपल सी बात कर रहे हैं बहुत ही इजी वे में 2 डायमेंशनल कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम की, जिसको हमने सिर्फ एक्स और वाई एक्सिस के लिए डिफाइन किया है। These are some basic terminologies which are being used in the coordinate system. What it says? What is the Cartesian coordinate plane? A 2-dimensional surface on which a coordinate system has been set up, and it is invented by René Descartes. It is also called as the Cartesian plane, Cartesian graph and Cartesian grid. And this Cartesian coordinate grid is divided into 4 quadrants और इन 4 क्वाड्रेंट्स को डिफाइन करने के लिए हम अगर कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम की बात करें तो व्हाट आर द कोऑर्डिनेट्स? कोऑर्डिनेट्स मीन्स any point in the coordinate system is defined in terms of a, especially in 2-dimensional diagram, defined in a form of pair of which pair of x and y, means the distance at the x axis, y means distance from the y axis, and this is also called as the ordered pair. X axis the horizontal number line on a coordinate grid, y axis is the vertical number line on a coordinate grid. Quadrants, these are the 4 parts made by x and y axis. Origin is the intersection of the x and y axis. These are some very basic points जो कि आप लोग बहुत स्टार्टिंग से यूज करते आ रहे हैं. Now I am describing the things जो कि तुम्हारे लिए बहुत ईजी हैं और बहुत आसान है, काफ़ी फ्रीक्वेंटली यूज करते हो, बट मैं केवल उसको समराइज कर रहा हूं. जो अभी मैंने बताया उसी को मैं केवल इस डायग्राम के थ्रू तुम लोगों को समझा रहा हूं. यह है एक 2-डायमेंशनल कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम इन द टर्म्स ऑफ x and y axis. This is the x axis, this is the y axis, this is the origin, these are the 4 quadrants, this is the positive side of the x, this is the negative side of the x, means when we describe the number line on this x axis and y axis, this is the positive y axis and this is the negative y axis, and on the basis of these positive and negative x and y axis, we divide this whole coordinate system into 4 quadrants. The first quadrant, quadrant 1, which defines the x and y in positive and positive. The second quadrant, which defines the x in negative and y in positive. Third quadrant, where x and y both are negative, and the fourth quadrant where x is positive and y is negative. So, when a number in terms of an ordered pair of x and y has to be shown in this coordinate system, we can use the number line according to these 4 quadrants. This is a very important diagram which describes types of orthogonal coordinate systems. Basically, all these 3 types of orthogonal coordinate systems are very frequently used in the electromagnetic field theory, where we visualize the orientations of the different objects, orientation of the different fields, or the orientation of the different vectors in the terms of free space. So, first of all, what is the very general coordinate system which is known as Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system is defined in terms of three axes x, y and z, and this x, y and z axis is shown here. Any point P can be represented in the Cartesian coordinate system by three values x, y and z. In the same way, the cylindrical coordinate system is defined as the r, phi and z, where r is the distance from the origin to that point P, phi is the projection angle in the xy plane. You can see here this phi angle, this is also called as the azimuth angle, and then the z is the height in the along the z axis. Okay. So, this is the height, this is the z axis length in the cylindrical coordinate system. Now, come to the spherical coordinate system. Spherical coordinate system, in this system any point P can be explained with the help of three parameters r, theta and phi, where r is the distance of that point from the origin, theta is the angle which is between the radial vector r to the z axis, and the phi is that the same in the, that is the projection angle which is made in the xy plane. So, these are the different parameters through which these three kinds of orthogonal coordinate systems are defined, and these can be represented here in this form. You can see all these three types of coordinate systems can be interchanged to one another. Means, if we describe any vector in the form of Cartesian coordinate system, means x, y and z form, then it can be changed, it can be converted into the cylindrical coordinate system in terms of r, phi and z, and in the same way these Cartesian coordinate system parameters can be changed in the spherical coordinate system, and spherical coordinate system can be changed into cylindrical coordinate system. These transformations are done with the help of some mathematical notations, some explanations. We will study and we will discuss these phenomena in the next lecture. Here is the point representation on a Cartesian coordinate system, in a three-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system. How a point can be shown here. This diagram shows the plane strategy. What are the different planes in a three-dimensional coordinate system? Here you can see that this one z axis and y axis, this particular plane is known as the yz plane, where x is equal to 0 plane. This one is the xy plane, where z is equal to 0 plane, and this is the xz plane, where y is equal to 0 plane. So, these are the three planes which are existing within a three-dimensional coordinate system, especially in the case of Cartesian coordinate system. And there is also a very good example to denote a point, to denote a vector in the Cartesian coordinate system. And in this Cartesian coordinate system, if we define a vector in terms of x, y and z, then the magnitude of these 3 x, y and z is given as 0.5, 0.7, 0.5 and this 0.5, 0.7 and 0.5. This is the vector v which is denoted in the Cartesian coordinate system. So, thank you very much for being with me. Thank you.